In this video, we will cover an Agentforce use case where we are trying to automate the creation of payable invoice expense line items from a payable invoice that a vendor sent us. So here we are on a payable invoice record. I manually created this. It is worth mentioning that in the future, we can certainly automate the creation of this record just by looking at the invoice. I purposely decided not to do that because my goal is not to overwhelm you, but to show you that small steps can have big impact when it comes to AI adoption. So back to our payable invoice. We got a digital copy of it. Let me show you real quick. So we are getting billed for project management, business analyst, and there is also an overall discount there at the bottom. And what we want to do today is create the expense lines, but we don't want to waste our time by typing them. So back into Salesforce, I added this button in here at the Create Expense Line AI. This is calling a screen flow. Since I don't have the file already attached on this record, I can go ahead and attach it in here. I could have just added this file on the record, and in the screen I will see some details of the file. So it depends on your process, if the file already exists on it or you attach it in here. But in any case, we'll go ahead and upload that. So let's select that invoice 87, click done, then next. When we click next, this is passing the document to a prompt that is coming back with a JSON. The JSON is then analyzed, deserialized in Apex to come up with proposed expense line items. And this is huge. Like in the past, you will need an analyst to go line by line, type all this information, and here with a couple of clicks, you have it. You have a really good starting point. In this org, the default GLA is defined at the vendor level, and that's why you see it populated in here. In this case, this is the default GLA. Now, as you can see, the description is editable, the GLA is editable, all these values are editable. So we are, again, providing a starting point and then allowing the analyst to do anything that is needed. Now, we can as well summarize everything in one line. So if I don't want all this detail, I can say, you know what, I just want to enter a description, select the GLA, and I put a tax value in there, and that will also work. We can also create additional expense lines. Let's say that for some reason we need to itemize something. We don't want what's coming from the invoice. We can go ahead and let's say I want to take 250 out of here. So that's going to be 26,000. And this is going to be itemized item. And let's put this in the meals, for example. And this was 250. So I'm going to go ahead and select my lines. I have one more, create on the button in here. And at that point is when the expense lines are being added. So you can see my new line itemized was added for 250 with the GLA that I selected. This respected the edit that I did. So here we have all the lines. Something interesting about this use case that is worth mentioning, if you were following some of the other use cases that we have in our channel, in our website, you will notice a fairly similar structure with the case where we are creating expense lines on expense reports from the attached receipts. Well, we are using the same prompt. The prompt is exactly the same. I did not touch it for this use case. The flow in both cases is the one that is handling the content of the prompt. And we purposely did that because as we design the solutions, we need to think about scalability, how the org will look like without proper planning and governance. And anytime we can, we want to do reusable components. In the long run, this is going to minimize your technical debt. Your IT group will be really, really thankful for that. As always, thank you for watching and let me know your thoughts.